Hello. It's almost Halloween, sort of, kind of. We're getting there. And I won't be live streaming on Halloween weekend, so this is our chance to get weird. And I don't have a costume, but I am going to put on my my hat. My Eat My Fajita hat. Because why not? You can make up a character for me. You can tell me what I am. What am I? I kind of look like a construction worker. I really I don't know. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Okay. So this live stream, like the others, 2 hours long. The first 30 minutes are gonna be for any request you have in the chat, as long as it adheres to our guidelines. And then the last 90 minutes will be super chats only. I cannot promise I can get to everyone's requests, super chat or not, but I'll do my best. So the theme for today is dark sounding music, scary music, disturbing music, although someone suggested a song on a Patreon scary music live stream yesterday that was like too far. It had surgical sounds in it that were just, it was like too disturbing. So you can't make me vomit. You can't make me feel queasy. Like that's where I draw the line. But dark, haunting, scary, disturbing to a point. Okay, so here we go. All right, let's see if we've got any. Okay, we do. I hope my hat doesn't fall. It feels like it's about to. This hat was signed by Megan from Purity Ring in Tokyo. How fun. Not a scary story. All right, we're starting off with the donkey-headed Adversary of Humanity opens the discussion by SleepyTime Gorilla Museum. Fucking A. Okay. Yep. Good one.
Even now us into the ground. Eaters of the air, drive us from the blue. Eaters of the sea, take us into the green. Eaters of the scraps, take us in our beds. Eaters of the soil, take us into the ground. Eaters of the air, drive us from the sky. Eaters of the green, take us into the sea. Eaters of the scraps, take us in our beds.
Okay. So one of the things, that I like to do, because I'm a total music nerd, less so a production nerd, although I kind of wish I had all the skills that really experienced producers do, so I could tell you like, oh, well, that's this synth, which has been something and compressed and it's been run through the da-da-da. But no. What I can do is I can tell you what musically made that sound scary, what compositionally made that sound scary. And there was so much atonal shit happening there. You had an odd time signature. That alone doesn't make something sound scary. But it puts you off, right? It makes you feel like things are unpredictable. Well, you can do the same thing with pitches. If you completely remove the listener's sense of a tonal center, which is it's a home base. It's the reference point for every note you hear. It's like everything's connected to it. And it helps your brain make sense of what's going on with the harmony and the melodies. If you write music in such a way that there is no indicator that there's a main note, because there actually isn't one, it feels like you're falling forever. It's just like so disorganized, right? Like music is organized sound, isn't it? So we're starting to head closer to noise, even though we've got this really clear rhythm and we have clear pitches. But wow, it's very disorienting. So that's creepy for one. There was definitely some sound design choices that were scary. The way that he was singing was scary, or screaming or whatever. This, right? Makes you feel like it's a monster, or a ghoul or something. There were actually like terrifying animal noises. It felt like they were going to attack you. But all those instruments alone don't make something sound scary. It's the note choices, I think. You could have taken all the same rhythms and all the same instruments and played all that on a major scale, and I pretty much can guarantee you it would have sounded like a fun 5/4 jig. Or I know a jig can't be in 5/4, so forgive me, Leanne, if you're here, but you know what I mean, like a folky dance. Like anyway, there was a whole tone thing going on. Oh shit, my piano's not. Hang on. Yeah. This scale, there was a whole section that was all whole tones, and it makes you feel like you're, instead of falling forever, it makes you feel like you're floating away forever. It's so untethered, and you don't know where, you don't even know actually where up and down is. You can hear low and high, but you don't know where things begin or end, and it's very spacey and bizarre. And then the rest, but that's the only part where I was like, I hear whole tones. The rest of it was like, all I know is I'm hearing dissonance and crazy, unpredictable intervals and things that I can't remember. There's no discernible pattern. Obviously, they know what they're doing. Quite impressive. But that was a damn good song. That was super fun. I would listen to that again and again. Before we move on, someone asked about the hat. I did tell you a little bit about this hat, But the whole story, oh, it's too bright. The whole story is that I moved into a house that had boxes and boxes of these hats in it already. And the owner of the house lived there, and the owner said, yeah, they were here when I moved in. So we don't know what this means. Eat my fajita. There were black ones and white ones. I took a few, and I took 3 with me to Japan. And I didn't know why. I just knew I should. And I ended up seeing Purity Ring last minute at a really cool club called Womb, which became one of their album titles years later. Maybe not a coincidence. And I got to meet Megan and... Oh, no. Chris? No, I forgot his name. Drew? No. Shit. Her counterpart in Purity Ring. Anyway, Megan signed this, and I let her pick out a hat, and she took a black one. I'm sure she got rid of it. But anyway... So I will always cherish this hat for so many reasons, because what the fuck, you know? Okay. Next, let's do Rammstein. I think this is totally going to work with the theme. Mein Herz brennt. Brennt. Mein Herz brennt. My hurt something. My heart, I meant to say. My hurt hurts my heart. Herz. Mein Herz. Okay, I don't know. Look it up. My heart burns. I was wondering if it was burn.
Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Hab es aus meiner Brust gerissen. Mit diesem Herz hab ich die Macht, die Augenlider zu erpressen. Ich singe, bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein am Firmament. Mein Herz brennt!
Harmonic minor, spooky scale.
Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Dämonen, Geister, schwarze Feen. Sie kriechen aus dem Kellerschacht und werden unter euer Bettzeug sehen. Nun, liebe Kinder, ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Ein heller Schein am Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht und stehlen eure kleinen heißen Tränen. Sie warten, bis der Mond erwacht und drücken sie in meine kalten Venen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich singe, bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein am Firmament. Mein Herz brennt.
That one, less scary, a little bit more epic, dramatic, but that that scale for the strings, that's a little creepy. It's the way they're using it. Harmonic minor isn't by default a scary sounding scale, but it can sound quite evil. For example, the Imperial March, right? Does a good job making you feel like, oh fuck, we're in some deep doo-doo. So that one gave me those vibes. The rest, though, was actually quite like heartbreakingly sad sounding. A lot of flat six chords, a lot of minor key, just like, depth and the cold and the warmth all together, and, just really like pulling on your heartstrings. And then, but some of his vocals are very like scary. I never got into Rammstein. I mean, I know Du Hast because I've heard they put on a crazy live show, like crazy. I have a friend who's a guitar tech, and I think he was either talking about, he must have not, was he teching for them or was he teching for the band that opened for them? It might have been that. But he was describing the pyrotechnics and just the display, the spectacle, I mean, was just like, what's it called? Production values through the roof and beyond. So respect. Yeah, cool. Okay. Next is Tom Waits. What's he building? Already creepy.
What's he building in there? What the hell is he building in there? He has subscriptions to those magazines. He never waves when he goes by. He's hiding something from the rest of us. He's all to himself. I think I know why. He took down the tire swing from the pepper tree. He has no children of his own, you see. He has no dog. He has no friends. And his lawn is dying. What about all those packages he sends? What's he building in there? With that hook light on the stairs. What's he building in there? I'll tell you one thing, he's not building a playhouse for the children. What's he building in there? And what's that sound from underneath the door? He's pounding nails into a hardwood floor. And I swear to God I heard someone moaning low. And I keep seeing the blue light of a TV show. He has a router and a table saw. And you won't believe what Mr. Stitches saw. There's poison underneath the sink, of course. But there's also enough formaldehyde to choke a horse. What's he building in there? What the hell is he building in there? I heard he has an ex-wife in some place called Mayor's Income, Tennessee. And he used to have a consulting business in Indonesia. But what's he building in there? He has no friends, but he gets a lot of mail. I'll bet he spent a little time in jail. I heard he was up on the roof last night signaling with a flashlight. And what's that tune he's always whistling? What's he building in there? What's he building in there? We have a right to know.
So that one's got a very like sort of on the nose vocal track, but the sounds behind it are indeed quite creepy in my opinion. Really sort of, disorganized, just sounds, things that you would use, with sound design in a film to make people feel uneasy and like they don't have control, things popping in and out of existence and making you think, what material is that's being hit, or what is that liquid that's dripping, so it's kind of a spoken word sound design kind of thing. So yeah, I can't play that one on the piano. Oh man. Okay, next is Fantômas. I have to. One Step Beyond. This is Mike Patton. It's like, what is it? Italian horror opera or something. I've heard a little bit Fantômas before. It sounded like Mike's voice was pitched up or something, didn't it? I mean, unless he's just that much of a shapeshifter. I mean, he can do a lot, almost anything with his voice, so I'm not really surprised. But that, I mean, that's really high. But I bet you he could. But it sounded like a young, like a female voice or a young voice or something. Anyway, also a lot of again, no tonal center, lots of chromaticism, half step movements. You know, again, not by their own do they make things sound scary, but it's just a culmination of lots of factors. But right, all that feeling. And then the metal. Yeah, like horror metal, opera Can we make that into one word? Horopera. Maybe 2 words. Metal horopera. Oh fuck. Okay, it's time for a fan. It's a fan time. Okay. Come on. Give me some air. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. I need to get a new chair, y'all. Help me afford a new chair. That's good. A good one. You know, an ergonomic one. Okay. Well, we have one more for the free chats, then we're going to super chats. It's the haunting variety. Black Fairy from the in-game version from Silent Hill OST. Pitch bending here, which also makes you feel disoriented. So I hear a couple things here. I hear the like low sort of like vroom, vroom, vroom. It's not really a pitch, it's just sort of this like rumbling sound that keeps coming back. And then there's approximately these notes. It's a little different, I think. And then there's chords, but they're not actually perfectly synced up timing wise with those other things. At first I thought they were, like, because it's a rhythm, like da 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 da, but the chords are changing on their own pace. But hang on, I got the inversion wrong. Two chords. Right? no, it's a suspension. There we go. Okay. Minor key shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's very, but the feeling of the pitch like bending, that is such an unsettling feeling. It can add a lot of color. It can also though start to make you feel like you've lost some stability yourself, right? Like, you know, maybe you're delirious, you're drunk, you're dying, you're, you know, unable to, you're losing consciousness, you're dreaming, you're, you know, something is not quite right feeling. Yeah, it's very cool. Yes. It feels like seasickness. Yeah, right. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Okay. We're going to switch to Super Chats now, and we're going to, while we switch, I'm actually going to put on something that I really want to share. Andy Stott, Luxury Problems. I have played a snippet before from this album. I'm trying to decide if I want to do, which one do I want to do? And while we do this, I'm going to take a break to sort of load up some tracks from the Super Chats, and I might even stand up and stretch a little bit early. Let's see. Should I just do Numb? No, let's do, oh God. Yeah, let's do Lost and Found. I could have picked literally anything from this album, and it would have been creepy. Okay. pitched down drum sounds, really. I mean, it's a bit of that Witch House vibe, you know. So he collaborated with this opera singer, I guess, for the whole album, and he takes in Luxury Problems, he takes her voice and he puts it like oh, I muted it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Where is it? Anyway, he layers her voice like a few notes that are all right next to each other, and it's just like this. It's so creepy. Anyway, this whole album is like that. It's great. Okay, onto your requests. We're gonna start with Cradle of Filth, Cthulhu Dawn. The Halloween camp. Timing changes. got some sound design. Okay. That one, I feel like the organ had something to do with the scary sound, but also lots of minor chords. And I talked about this when I analyzed the first part of Nightmare Before Christmas score. We got to do the second half next Wednesday. It really does make things sound creepy. There's something that happens when you have to jump from one unrelated minor chord to another. It's almost like the inner voices are like really far apart from each other and they sound really disconnected or something, and it's just it really is disorienting sounding. So that a lot of that going on there. I swear at one point the singer and the drums were just like not together. It was so scary that they're running in different directions, but it was so disorienting. Could have been done on purpose. It was like, oh fuck, I'm running into a wall. I live on this big busy road. 2 thumbs down. Oh my gosh. The screeching. I mean, that's metal, right? But yeah, combined with all the other things, it does sound shrieky. That's a good word for it. Shrieks. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like campy, kind of. There's some other requests in here that I think are going to be kind of like that as well. But let's go and do something completely different. Let's do Tori Amos, Professional Widow, the Merry Widow version.
Okay. So,
Is this the right one?
Ah!
Cloris?
I promised this girl I'd give this a go, so I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I've only tried this one more other time in my life, and I gave myself a brain aneurysm, so I'm not sure, but it's okay. I'll get some seafood later. Okay. Let me just think. Okay. If you're wrong, you won't lose your head, don't worry. Very good, you're gonna need to.
I could eat these chords for breakfast and lunch and dinner.
Slack bit, stick shit. Wanna bring it close to my lips, yes. Don't blur, there's brains, yeah, we gotta be big. We gotta be big, boy. We gotta be big. Still good, just like my daddy said. Still fucking,
Starfucker.
just like my daddy. Yes. What is termed a landslide? Said, what is termed loving? Loving. What is termed a little girl trusting? A little boy trusting. Yes, said, stop fucking. just like my daddy, selling his baby, selling his baby, just like my daddy, yeah, selling his baby, selling his baby, selling me, selling his baby.
Yeah, the breathy vocals can sound very like creepy and haunting, can't they? And it's kind of, I mean, it kind of sounds like an organ a little bit, but this is yeah. Yeah, I would say it kind of sounds like an organ. Not a bright one though, sort of a dark organ. Dark organ. God damn it. Oh, it's actually not in tune with standard tuning. Oh my god. I kind of feel like it's something like this. Something in that range. It's really pretty. This is just happening the whole time, I guess. Anyway. Yeah. She's so cool. Okay, next is Mayamohey bhora dhorat by Amogh Symphony. that might be microtonal or something. Those chords. That part sounds microtonal. Those chords. I don't know how many genres we just listened to. How many didn't we just... Okay, fine. All right, it's over. The hat is over. I need to make hats that fit over headphones. Wow. That was a lot. That had some very scary parts. I would say mostly the intro and the outro. The middle was more like, wow, this is virtuosic and impressive, and how did we get here? Sometimes even quite beautiful and super groovy. There was, yeah. What else is there to say? Oh yeah, the throat singing, the beginning. It set a tone that I thought was going to follow, but no. So many instruments were involved in this. I want to know how many people played instruments in this. It's got to be a ton. Wow. Okay. Next is Forest Temple, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. quite mysterious. Probably also a loop, right? Okay. Yeah, some creepy things happening here. The chords add a lot of mystery. Second one had... There's definitely a tritone in there somewhere. And I think. Yeah. And so super mysterious sounding, that half step motion. And then the da-da, da-da, it sounds so innocent, and against the darker chords, it's like makes it creepy, you know? Like a music box or a child singing off key or something against the music. And then even just the sound, almost like what material did that remind you of? Like pieces of wood like hitting each other in water or something. I don't know, very, very evocative, kind of visceral, and the echoes, the delays on it, very disorienting. Cool. All right, next is something from another OST. The for Dark Reality, I think is the name, or maybe it's Kingsfield 4. No, Kingsfield 4 is the name of the game. Dark Reality is the track. There's a bunch of different versions of it. So I hope this is the right one, because geez, there's like orchestrated, reversed and slowed down, extended, mega extended with reverb. cliche here. Sorry. That lead sounds creepy. It's got sort of that like almost sounds like a ghostly quality to the synth. So this one's in C minor for the most part, but then it has a line cliche, which is where you go kind of inch down by steps. It's very pretty. And then you had the da, da, and that descending, the descending, pulling you down. But yeah, a lot of the production, I think, also just made it sound haunting, and the different synth qualities. And this one was actually in like a you could think of it as 3, 4, 6, 8 or something, but it's got that tick or 12/8 even. Excuse me. Creepy. All right, next is okay. Waagal is the artist. Waagal. The track is Soytós. It looks like it's got some throat singing involved. This is like a live looping. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, super cool playing around with time. Okay, but what made it sound scary? Well, I mean, the throat singing feels like beyond ancient somehow, or like inhuman, even though it's very human. It just, I don't know. And then it showed a video of him doing this live. He's sitting on the forest floor, and he used some instrument. Well, I don't know if it's an instrument or not, but he uses an instrument. It was something on the end of a string, of a cord, and he's doing this with it in the air, and it's creating that sound. So that felt very dangerous, that sound. It was like, oh fuck, I better run. And then he was hitting a big drum. He's holding it, but it's not very deep, but has a lot of surface area with a big furry mallet. So that feels also very powerful. And then there was this like, I can't remember where that came from, if that came from the or something else, but it sounds like ghosts. And yeah, completely atonal. But I gotta just say, I loved how he played around with timing. That was so fun. With the kick drum, completely changing the emphasis patterns. It's so cool. Wow. Okay, awesome. Next is Daphne by Bat for Lashes. Okay. Really loved the production on this one. I swear it sounds like she's sampled like herself singing multi-tracked, one note, kind of with that wild woman kind of and then she layered them all together and is playing them as a pitched sample along with her main melody on the left, but then they diverge at certain parts and then come back together. So then they're in harmony or doing sort of a counter melody thing. But before I heard them split, I was like, wow, how did she get this effect of like a, I don't know, I couldn't quite figure out what was happening, but it was such a cool experience. And then the do like the arpeggio, I even think was a vocal sample, like a short, like a syllable or something, you know, a vowel shape, I should say, and is being played because it just has that sound. You can hear the formant shifting, when it goes down, and voices are never perfect unless you auto-tune the shit out of them, but they have some pitch variations just in one held out note, and so you can hear those when you sequence them like that. It's like, I'm exaggerating. But organy sounds at the beginning. I don't know if that could have been made from her voice. I didn't have that thought at that point. But yeah, it's cool. Wow. Very cool. Okay, next is Jandek. I'm not sure. Nancy Sings. Is it supposed to sound like that? Let me see if I can find it streaming. Let me try this version. 1982. Okay. They all sound terrible. Oh, God. They sound like internet compressed, not like bad recording. Okay, here's another one. Oh, well. Here's what it is. Okay, I was thinking about what makes this feel sort of creepy, and I think it's all the guitar. I think if you put a completely different production underneath that voice, it would have sounded sweet as sugar. Gorgeous, gorgeous Joni Mitchell type vocalist, like just incredible. But it's the guitar, which is playing one note at a time pretty much. I think maybe there are a couple times I hit two notes, but mostly just one, and it's out of tune. And it's playing a slightly different scale than she's singing. She's singing in major, and it's playing like Phrygian. And there's some moments where there's a lot of clashing and dissonance, and then it's, of course, out of tune with itself. And it just makes it gives it that, again, her sweetness with that makes her sweet voice sound creepy. You know? And her sweet voice makes the guitar sound creepier. Staying in a similar vein, we're going to go to Kate Bush, Get Out of My House. We should do Waking the Witch. Is that what it's called? Waking the Witch.
When you left the doors, you paused in the doorway. It's the thought stole you away. I want to go pull you away. So I run into the hall, into the corridor. There's a door in the house. I hear the lift descending. I hear it hit the landing. See the house and the cat standing with my key eye, with my key eye, with my key eye, with my key eye.
Det konstiga skimmer won't let you in full of no money. My home, my joy, I'm married and bolted
No strangers feet will enter me. I wash the place.
She sounds like a banshee in the background.
This house is empty. This house knows all I have done. They come with the weather hanging around them. The kind of light down with my key eye, with my key eye. This house is full of madness. This house is full of mistakes. This house is full of madness. This house is full of with my keeper eye, with my keeper eye, with my keeper eye, with my keeper eye.
Det konstiga skimmer won't let you in full of no money. My home, my joy, I'm married and bolted and died.
Strangers' feet will enter me. I wash the clothes, I clean the stain. Enter me.
right now? Are you guys talking about IKEA? My whole house is furnished with IKEA and not even thrifted furniture I've gotten off this off the curb and from neighbors. So, but yeah, did it sound like she was singing IKEA? I'm guessing. I didn't hear that. What on earth? I mean, she's so fearless. God, I wish I had discovered her when I was young, you know, because I would have been like, oh my God, you can just be yourself. You can just be as outrageous, as audacious as you want. Shit. Yeah, those backing vocals were kind of scary. Because she's singing in this, I mean, very intentionally. She can do anything with her voice. She's kind of, you know, I think she's got a lot of flexibility the way like Mike Patton does, like very theatrical and can tone her voice in so many different ways. And she goes through so many different styles of singing and placements and, you know, in one song. The backing vocals were so shrill. And then she goes between that and then like it's the opposite of that. It's incredible. But also I got to appreciate just how beautiful her voice is here. Like her lead vocals were, oh my God. But yeah, we went through a lot going through that one song. I can't even remember how the beginning sounded now. All I can think about is the donkey. But wow. Okay. Next is Nosferatu Man by Slint. Have I heard Slint before? 1991. Dissonance.
I live in a castle. I'm a prince. On days I try to please
I'm cutting off at 5 minutes. Less scary in my opinion, but it did have an incredible amount of dissonance. I mean, all of it's dissonant. Everything, every single chord, every interval. I'm pretty sure. So very disorienting sounding, and then the low muttering like something. Pretty creepy. Pretty creepy. Great drummer. Okay, next is Skinny Puppy, Chloralone. Nope, Coralone.
Unfurnished, treeless, buried mall, rotates, won't sing, taught to destroy, a balance not alike, rotates, changing.
I'm scared.
Directs his vision. Each vision blurred. Thinking on linking. Not shaped unknown.
Okay, so this part, some people would analyze as having bitonality, I think.
Dry cracks, growth, denied.
Because the choir sample is in a completely different key than the rest of the song. But you can kind of feel you can kind of hear what each one is doing separately, but then when they're overlaid on each other, it's like madness. And it's kind of creepy sounding. Yeah, that one definitely does it, because it's got the creepy voice, the dangerous voice, I should say. It sounds very dangerous. It had low rumblings. It had, it had a choir. Which again, none of this by themselves makes something creepy. It's just a combination. It's just like slowly one drop at a time. Eventually it accumulates into, oh no. Yeah, the big sad chords. Very, very suspenseful, I would say, and kind of cinematic. I can't believe that was 1989. I really thought that it was more recent. That was really well done. Okay. All right, next is Transitional Pathway by Lustmord. How about this? For the rest of the stream, if what I play, I don't think it sounds scary, I'm going to stop it. It's very scary. This is scary. feels like they're drowning. Oh, is this from a score? This is from Zoetrope? Uh-oh, I'm got a copyright warning. Okay, let's stop it for a little bit. Meh. Copyright warnings are terrifying. I'm legitimately scared of them. Did I tell you about my win though? I did on Patreon. I listened to Sound Awake, and they blocked it in the middle of the stream because I didn't see the warning, so I just kept listening anyway. And I had a strike on my channel. And I decided to submit an appeal. And I had done that before with the Corn stream that got also blocked midstream and gave me a strike. And that one I lost. But this one I won. So they removed the strike and they restored everything, and so now I know there's like some hope that happens, but I really don't want to fuck around. The worst thing that could happen is that they would delete my channel. And everything would be gone. I mean, I have all the videos. Everything I've ever made, I have them all on hard drives and backed up in the cloud. But I'd lose all of our interactions, all the comments, and all my subscribers. I mean, I'd lose everything. I wouldn't be able to monetize these streams. I mean, it would be bad. It would be like starting over. So we don't want that. Time to move to Twitch. People keep saying that, but doesn't Twitch have the same problems? And if I move to Twitch, I mean, I have to build a whole audience on Twitch. I mean, I know a bunch of you will come over, but it's not even like 100 people on these streams. So it's not like it's, you know, I don't know. Still have the warning, by the way. So I'm just doing some banter. Let's see. Can I tell you all a story? There is a red hawk that lives on my street. I just found out. I heard its call today. And then I sent it to my housemate and she said, oh yeah, it lives over there. And here's a picture of it flying out of its nest. It sounded amazing. I was like, that is not a tiny bird. Here, I'll find it for you. I used the Merlin app. Red-shouldered hawk. Where can I listen to my recordings? Here we go. And then there's a cat at the end, in case you couldn't tell. All right, the warning's gone. Back to transitional pathway. So we can't listen to the rest of this, but that is definitely very, very creepy, very unsettling. It's from a movie score, and clearly something very bad is happening, because that does it. It makes me feel like I'm drowning and I'm like trapped in some machinery. It's very, very evocative of being in danger and not being able to breathe. So yikes! Ha 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 ha! All right. Ooh, someone requested Queens of the Stone Age. Queens of the Stone Age? I don't think of them as ever sounding scary. I mean, I guess there's like Halloween music. It's not exactly what I was like suggesting, but you know, on the other hand, if it gets you in the mood, cool. Like, you know, like the Monster Mash, for example. Not scary. But it makes you think of Halloween for sure. Nothing makes me think of Halloween more than like quotes from Hocus Pocus or Bette Midler going, "I put a spell on you, and now you're mine." Or, "Oh, now you're gone, 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 so long." What do they do? They're like, "Gone." Background singer thing. Oh, God. What a waste of time waiting for this stupid warning to go away. Come on, time is money. Come on. It's so slow. It's like, whatever. Maybe we can just start. I don't want to risk it. What's my favorite scary movie? In terms of like horror, I'm gonna go with the classic, The Exorcist. That's the first thing that came to mind. My favorite disturbing movie would be Requiem for a Dream, which I have seen like 7 times, and I don't know what's wrong with me. So anyway. I mean, God, the beginning of The Exorcist. Maybe it's not the very beginning, but it's that scene where they're in. Where are they? Where they discover the symbol, and the film scorer, composer, recorded bees in a jar, just all buzzing around, and that's part of what's in the music when you see like the sun coming up. Isn't it coming up or setting? I think it's coming up. Yeah, it's rising. And everything's like glowing and it's shining on the kind of the devil like gargoyle. And it's like, I mean, that is fucking terrifying. And the way that they don't use music. There's so many scenes where there's no music at all, which is the realest, freakiest. Oh, anyway, it's so good. Okay. We're good. We're going to go to Queens of the Stone Age, Someone's in the Wolf. I'm going to guess this is going to be more fun and playful. It's too long for the stream, so I will fade it out at some point. But who knows? Maybe I'll be pleasantly scared. So far, pretty scary sounding. Scared. I'm gonna keep playing it. I got another warning. Oh, we might have just gotten to that point where everything is triggering. Oh, God. I'm gonna see if there's something super obscure in here that... I was gonna say, oh, soundtracks. I'm like, nope. That wasn't... Thank you, Super Trash Garbage. I appreciate that. We already did Fantômas Tanuki D. It was... What was it, y'all? Fantômas... I don't remember what it was called. Should we try just something else? Let's try Negative Vibes one. Your skin won't hide you by the... Oh, your skin won't hide you by emptiness. I'm trying to think of like bands that maybe don't have as stringent publishers. Like, you know, they're not like world famous. I mean, they might be, but you know, like to me, Queens of the Stone Age is like... But if this doesn't work, then I think we'll just have to call it. Because I just, again, I don't want to risk getting it blocked and getting a strike. The scariest thing of all. Play them backwards. How would I do that? Is there like a YouTube reverse button? I know there's a speed changes, but playback speed. Okay, has it released me yet? No, not yet. Super Trash Garbage, you're absolutely right. Technically, we should be able to play all this without this, but they can't know while this is happening because it's just a bot. They don't know that this is educational. They have to review it after the fact, and that's the danger of doing this live. Okay, let's try one more. Emptiness, your skin won't hide you. Pitch bending is scary. All the half steps of Phrygian. Wow. Sorry, y'all. It happened again. Okay, fine. I can take a hint and a hint and a hint and a hint. We have to say goodbye. That's a bummer. I'm so sorry. Not like I could have fit a whole lot more songs in because we're almost at the hour, but you know, it's still such a downer note to end on. But yeah, those vocals were fucking terrifying. Wow. I mean, I feel like he was just doing that with his voice. And maybe there was some effects on it, but I don't think the effects were actually what made it sound scary. I think they just kind of enhanced it, if anything. But, copy riot. We're going to copy riot! Yes! Oh. Okay, well, happy... Isn't it weird saying happy Halloween? I've always felt weird saying happy Halloween. I'm like, shouldn't you be like, hope you have a terrifying Halloween? Hope you have a horrible Halloween. I hope you get sick from eating too much candy. I will be doing something for Halloween this year. Lately, I've just kind of been too lazy and I just have been doing nothing. Maybe I've done a live stream on Halloween. But this year, I'm going to go out of town and I'm going to hang out with friends, and they do a pumpkin carving party And then there's a Halloween party the next day. I have no costume though, so I don't know. I guess I'll just throw a bunch of crap in my suitcase and be like, hey guys, can you make me look like a thing or a concept even? A pun would be great. We'll see. So there may or may not be pictures on the Instagram of me may being in a costume or not. Maybe not. Probably not. We'll see. I hope you have fun if you've got plans. And if you don't, I feel you. So the next time I see y'all will actually be in a week and a half. Can you hang on that long? Week and a half. Next Wednesday, November 5th, we're going to do the second half of The Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's not going to be a request stream. It's just going to be I'm going to analyze it live stream. And then we'll get back to the request streams on, well, maybe, you know what? Let me think about that, actually. Maybe I'll schedule a different day, like another stream just for the Nightmare Before Christmas so I don't disrupt y'all's schedule because it's already so messed up this coming week. So I'm not sure yet. Stay tuned. If you have notifications turned on, you'll see when I post a new live stream and everything. So, yeah. But in any case, I will be live streaming at 5 p.m. Central on November 5th. Daylight savings time will have ended by then for me. And it'll either be requests or it will be The Nightmare Before Christmas. We will figure it out. So I will see you then. Farewell, friends. And good night. Oh, yeah, someone told me I had to do another dead person video. I don't think I have it in me. The voice is...
Hello. This is Music Theory Dad. I'm gonna tell you about a scale called Phrygian.